Welcome everyone, I'm Dottie, Stitching Scottie, and this is my little Stryker, my little red wheaten Scottie dog. We would like to welcome you to this video about counted cross stitch. It's number 126, and today is May the 13th, 2023. We're getting close to 1,300 subscribers. So if you see something that you like and you haven't subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe so we can have another giveaway. And just like and subscribe. And I always like it when people comment. So please put in a comment, because you can see me, but I can't see you. And I would like to know, something about y'all. So maybe I'll have a question later for you. Okay, let's get started. First, I would like to shout out a couple of Flosstubers, and one of them I saw at Quilters Station when I went to the retreat there, and this was Shelly and Justine, and they are Welcome Stitchery. They're from Blue Earth, Minnesota. Well, we better get down now. We're getting tired. And she has a cross stitch shop there. She also has a Facebook group, and she does a live Welcome Wednesday every Wednesday. And she's so happy, and she shows all the good stuff that her shop has received. They've done 33 floss tubes, and they are just the happiest ladies that you'll ever see. I mean, just so happy. And you'll laugh, you'll smile. I mean, just, and they have beautiful, beautiful projects. And they had a lot of finished stuff. Well, I say one of them had a lot of finished stuff the last video. So be sure and drop by and visit them. And they're also on Instagram too. And when you go to the Facebook group, I will link everything below. But when you go to the Facebook group, there are two Welcome Stitcheries, and one says the shop is closed. Hers is the one with the pink background. So be sure and look for that, because that'll kind of throw you off a little bit. But be sure and go watch them, because they are just a treat. And then next, this goes in with our announcements today, but I just love watching Sherry's videos. She's Colorado Cross Stitcher. I know you've heard me mention her before, but I'm going to mention her again just because she has such wonderful floss tubes. She has lots and lots of finished items. She's constantly designing free patterns, and she's got beautiful finishes, great ideas about things. Like last time, she had a great idea of how to personalize a piece if you weren't real happy with it, a sampler or whatever. 10 different ways that you could change it up to make it your own. Some things I've never even thought about. So thank you so much, Sherry. We really, really appreciate that. And she has a real needlework store in Colorado. I think it's, I better not say the town, because I can't remember the name of it, because she just recently moved, and her shop is beautiful. Let's see. She's got an Instagram account, and she's got a website. I will link that below. But the one thing I wanted to tell you about with the announcements is she's the lady that she hosts the Summer Cross Stitch Camp. It's a virtual camp, so anybody and everybody can do it. She gives prizes, and you post on Instagram. And what you do is it starts in June, and you post on hashtag Cross Stitch Camp 2023 and hashtag Colorado Cross Stitcher. And you take a photo of your pattern cover and your fabric and floss, if you've got it, and post a picture of it on the first day of the month, not before. And then you post a picture of your finished project at either before or on the end of the month. So June, you're supposed to do a pattern with a bird in it, and you start the project in June and you finish the project in June. Then in July, excuse me, your pattern needs to include something that grows, like people, flowers, trees, grass, something like that. So you'll start it July 1st, and then you'll post a finished picture at the end of the month. Then in August, the pattern is going to be to try something new. You can use a new fabric, a new color, do a new designer, a new finish, a new floss, something like that. And then you post your start and your finish and tell what your new item was. And she gets prizes donated, and there's also, if you go on her website, and you will see a picture of the little badge that you can stitch. It's a free pattern, and it says Summer Cross Stitch Camp. And it's really, really cute. It's one of the cutest ones I think she's designed. I mean, they're all cute, but I like this one the best. So thank you so much for doing this, Sherry, to get us spurred on to do new and try different things. And that's really great. All right, so those two are who I think you should watch. All right, next I do have a fully finished object. And guess what? It came from Colorado Cross Stitcher. Wasn't that, you know, just, yeah, that was just unusual. Okay, I got the pattern from her. You can get a paper pattern or you can get a PDF. And this one's called Signpost Stitcher. And you get 2 patterns in one. Isn't that pretty? And what I did was I did the bottom one first because it was small. And then I'm going to start the other one later on this year because I think it's cute. And it needs to go in my sewing room. Okay, but the bottom one says creating works of art one at a time. So you saw this as a finish, and now it's a fully finished object. I made it into a little pillow, and I matched up the chenille from Lady Dots Creates, and I had well, yeah, we've always got string or thread on something, and I had a piece of fabric left over from a quilt I was making in my stash. And so I just did that. And what I did was, I don't do the hole in the back. That's too much extra work. And I have to think about what's going to match and all that kind of stuff. So what I did was I just cut a piece, you know, left this open when I was sewing. And then I just whip stitched it shut. And then I just glued this on very carefully with Eileen's clear glue. And that way you can't see what's going on here. And this is on this is on 32 count, and it's 1 strand over 2 threads. Isn't that pretty? I really like that. Thank you, Sherry, for designing this pattern. It's really beautiful. Really, really like it. So there's a finish, and I stuffed it with polyfill. I didn't overstuff it like I do sometimes. I just kind of stuffed it till it was like, this is good. Okay, and then she talked about changing up things to make the pattern your own. Well, I wasn't planning on doing it to make this so much my own, but I did. The first one we have is Hats Off to Uncle Sam, and I'll put a picture of it here. Okay, that's the pattern. And I did not have Murky by Picture This Plus. And even if I had, I don't think I'd have wanted it on Murky because that reminds me of Halloween or like a spooky night. So I decided that I would get out a piece of, oh dear, once again, do not know the name of it. Well, I want to say Vintage Country Mocha, but it sure is dark. But anyway, this was a little darker than what I thought. And that's my finish. And what happened was I did not read the directions very well. And it said to use 1 strand over 2. Yeah, on 32 count. I think it was 32 count. Yep. I used 2. Yeah, because I usually use 2 on 32 count. So mine is not prim. It's brighter and more vivid. But after I got it done, I thought, you know, this is kind of cute. I like it. And this was one of the things that we got at Quilters Station. Rita gave it to us. And she also gave us, excuse me, this box. and it's going to go on this box that opens up. So hopefully one of these years you'll see it on that. Yeah. No time to finish anything this week. But that pattern is from Blackbird Designs. So that was a 2017 pattern. All right. And then next, we have the costume listen to me. Hang on a second. Okay, we have the costume Halloween sale from Hands On Design. And I just took a photo of this off Instagram. And that's the pattern when it's finished. This is on my whip go. And this is number 25. Okay? And I want to have a finish. Well, I stitched on it a couple of days this week, and I didn't get a lot done, and there were several color changes and things. And so anyway, it's on 32 count, and I have no clue what this is either. It was just some gray that was in my, it's some whispery model thing that was in my stash before, and it didn't have a tag on it that I know of. And when I started, I had just the bottles over here and half the shelf. And then I got the other half of the shelf, the cauldron, the flames, and I've got a skeleton head here. You can't see him too good yet. And he's sitting on some kind of trick-or-treat pot or bag, or no, he's sitting on a book, excuse me, in a cloche. And I need to do the bats, the Halloween, and the happy, and a jack-o'-lantern, and do the little pumpkins on the bottom, because all I've got is leaves. And I did 2 strands over 2. And so hopefully I'll work on this a little bit at a time, and I'll get this done before the end of the month. And then I'll have another one finished and off my whip go board. But I'm really enjoying stitching on that. I didn't want to stop stitching on it. I was enjoying it so much. And the next one off my whip go board is number 23. And it's also a finish. And this one's called Gobble, and it's from Bent Creek. Isn't that cute? And see, it's got the alphabet, and the gobble is written in different letters. And I'm using the Call 4 threads. And I'm doing this, they had it on 30 count, but I didn't have any 30 count. I had a piece of 28 count of Vintage Country Mocha, and I just had about half of the alphabet, but I got all this done. So I've got the entire alphabet done. I've got 1 leaf and 1 pumpkin. And I just gave it a lick and a promise on the ironing. Yeah, so it looks a little wrinkly. But that's what I've got done. It's 2 strands over 2. But I really, really have been wanting to do this one for like forever. And I thought, you know, just do it. So hopefully I will get this one done before the month's out also. So, because I really like that. And I do need some more, notice how I say need, more Thanksgiving projects. So, okay. So that does whip go. Hopefully I'll get those 2 done. Still won't have a bingo or anything, but that's okay. All right, and the other thing I stitched on, my only other whip, and I'll tell you why, is because I've been quilting this week. I quilted 2 days. I did a lot of machine piecing, and then I did some machine applique. And you know, that is pretty involved because you got the paper and the, you know, that you got to cut out, and you know, the bonding and that you got to do, and yeah. So anyway, so that's where a couple of days time went this week. But Flowers from Mary was another piece that we got from Quilters Station from Lori from Lottie Da, and this is what we got. And this is very, very pretty. It's part of a larger sampler that she hopes that she can reproduce. And this is on, nothing like being prepared, is there? Yeah. 36 count straw linen by Weeks Dye Works, and it's 1 strand over 2, And I didn't have much done before, but now I've got some of the flowers done and some of the little branches done on the, well, not branches, but stems done on the flowers. And this is what I've got done. So hopefully I'll get more of this done pretty soon, because I'd like to get this one done. It's so, so cute. Not that I don't want to get the other ones done, but I thought, you know, I really would like to do that. And she provided all the finishing materials, so the least I can do is finish it. And I did do the tip that she had. I was too lazy to stitch it, so I just marked like an X at the top so I could tell what the top was, because it's symmetrical and it's very, very easy to get turned around when things are symmetrical. So that's what I stitched on for that. And that's all the stitching I had this week. So this probably is going to be a short video, which some of y'all won't be sad. Okay, then let's talk about our free pattern. Oops, let me put this with it. Because I need to keep things together, because I have thread and a pattern, but no fabric, and it's partially stitched. It's a work in progress, and I don't know where the project went. So I'm just like, yeah. So hopefully I won't have to start it over. That would be terrible. And it's a Teresa Kogut piece too. So I'm trying to be a lot more careful when I show things and put them up. Okay, this week's free pattern is from Heart and Hand. And I will link this below. You have to go to her website. And it's called Do What You Love. Okay, there we go. And it's really cute. I just love it. Isn't that just adorable? So, anyway, I'll link this below, and it's by Heart and Hand. Do What You Love. Stitch. It's got the little tomato and everything on there. Too cute. Okay, next we have a featured Etsy designer, and this one is called Siren Stitchworks. And I picked her because I just fell in love with one of the patterns she had, and I will show you which one it is. And it's very apropos for this time of year. And it's not the first one, I'll tell you that much, because this is not my kind of stitching, but I know a lot of you like long dog samplers and things. Look at this. This is called the Titanic. Isn't that pretty? And it's got the Titanic in it, down at the bottom, or center bottom. All right, so it's got that one. Then this one's called Defiance. Look at that. The moon is what drew me to that one, but that's just too busy for me. But I love looking at them. This one also drew me. This was to honor the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. I thought that was beautiful. I love the flowers. And you know, you wouldn't necessarily have to do that. You could stitch the flowers, leave out all the stuff in the middle, and you could like personalize it, you know, for somebody, or put something else in there, or your initials or something. And you could make it your own that way. It doesn't necessarily have to be for, you know, to honor Queen Elizabeth. The next one was a Heraldic Animals Biscornu. You could make this one any color you wanted to. But Biscornus are all the rage these days. And then, of course, we can't forget King Charles. So here's the coronation of King Charles III. And this is one of the prettier ones I have seen that I really, really like, because it's so colorful. And I love all the flowers, and the crown is very pretty. And the next one is called the Rose Basket Sampler. And I thought everybody might like that one. You could change the colors if those weren't your colors, because that would not go in my house. This is what caught my eye. Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful Biscornu? And it's got 1776 USA on there. So pretty. And look at those eagles. So I thought that was really nice. And then another one is the Fanny Yallop sampler. And this one is digital, but it's still very colorful and very pretty. And I bet it would be just beautiful when you stitch it up. And there's more. So be sure and go check out Siren Stitchworks in Etsy. And I will definitely link that one below. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I almost forgot. I got some Stitchy kindness this week. Thank you, Crystal, from the Stitching Gals. I really, really appreciate it. First of all, she gave me Be Still and Know That I'm God. And this one says, Be a Nice Human. Yeah, everybody needs to stitch that and give it to somebody. And then the next one, Hilltop Cross Stitch Club. This is the November selection. I've been seeing some of these from Pine Mountain by Sandra Workman. You know, she's at Pine Needles shop. It's out in the, I want to say it's in Utah, maybe? No, it's out there somewhere. And then the next one is June Topography. And this says Fresh Barbecue Picnics. And it's got lemons and all kinds of goodies. Isn't that cute? I've admired those, but I just hadn't broke down and gotten any. So thank you, Crystal. You're so enabling. And then, of course, the July one. He is just precious. And I've been seeing him a little bit. And he's also from the Hilltop Cross Stitch Club from Pine Mountain. So, too cute. Thank you so much, Crystal. I really, really appreciate it. And I had fun stitching with the Stitching Gals the other day. It was so, so much fun. All right. Let's see. As far as I know, that's it. I'm going to still continue to stitch on my Whip Go. I've got the little baby girl sampler to stitch on. I've got a couple of other things that I want to stitch on. And I've got my Tracy Campbell's design, the Thanksgiving one I want to stitch on. I'm in the Thanksgiving mode. What is up with that? But it's a good thing, because I need more Thanksgiving stuff. I also need more spring and summer stuff, because I just don't have very much. But anyway, this is a short video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure and like and subscribe and answer this question so we can get to know each other better. Oh goodness. I should have thought of it before I started. But anyway, what is your favorite type of finish to do? If you have to FFO something or fully finish something, what is the favorite way that you like to finish something? All right, just comment below and I'll kind of tell you, you know, kind of how we did and how many people like to finish. So be sure and comment if at all possible. If you're watching on TV, go to your phone and comment. We're interested in what you have to say. Thank you, and don't forget to stitch all the things. Bye-bye.